Howdy YouTube, this is Charles from our Tiny Chem Project, and today we're going to be talking about how to weatherproof a tent. And as y'all can see, we're not at the tiny house, we're at our city house today. The tent we're going to be taking a look at is the Ozark Trail 7-person teepee tent. We want to go ahead and weatherproof the tent so that way when we have guests come out and stay at the tiny house, we have a place for them to stay comfortably. I don't know about you guys, but I hate being cramped in a tent that I can't stand in, and this teepee tent you can stand in. If you'd like to see a full review of this tent, go ahead and click the link in the description where John does a full detoured walkthrough of the Ozark Trail teepee tent. But let's get back to getting this thing waterproof. There's nothing worse than going camping and it's starting to rain. Then there's nothing worse than going camping, it's starting to rain, and your tent leaking like a sieve. So it's always a good idea to go ahead and water seal all of your tents. And today we're going to do that with Quickie Camp Dry Heavy Duty Water Repellent for gear and footwear. And we are going to be waterproofing a Ozark Trail 11-foot teepee tent. This tent is ginormous, people. John is 6'3½", give or take, and he can stand in the center of this tent. So you just shake it up. Start spraying it on. You want it to be even. Make sure you get your seams really good. That's the most important part. Better to do this when it's not windy. We got a little bit of wind here. I'm probably gonna have to have you reach the high part.
Probably.
Alright, I'm gonna switch you off and then I'm gonna have you get the top part.
I think if I could open a door and stand in the tent, I can get a straight reach up to the top.
Go for it. Oh, nice. Good thinking.
Thank you.
All right, now hit the inside of it. Hold your breath.
I'm a little high.
Pretty deep. May be known to cause cancer in the state of California. Luckily, we're in Missouri.
Nothing causes cancer in Missouri.
And that's the truth. Eventually we plan on turning this into a hot tent, maybe. We just picked up, oh my god. We just picked up this new stove. And I was thinking about cutting a hole in one of the windows and putting a tent jack in. Have the stack come out the window.
We could.
Then that way we could have heat and camp in the winter in this tent.
We could actually utilize one of the pre-vented caps here and just cut the red off and through the screen to put the chimney through.
The problem with that though is if we do that, then the stove's going to be right smack dab in the middle of the tent.
Gotcha.
To where if we come out one of the windows, we can sew a welder's blanket to the side of the teepee, so then that way it's a heat shield and the fabric won't melt. And then we can put a winter well stove jack on the side of the tent with a 45-degree angle, pop that flue right up out of the teepee. Plus then with the, if it's coming out like right here straight up, you've got a little bit of an angle from the back of the stove, and then where the pipe's coming out, this is listing in, giving more distance from the pipe to the actual fabric. So this pipe would be coming straight out and the tent is listing in, so it's giving better clearance. So then that way we don't have to worry about maybe the tent catching on fire as much. Now of course you're still not going to want to burn that as hot as you would cooking or anything like that inside the tent, but that should easily heat up the tent. I think a buddy heater would also heat this tent up pretty well too. Now, so that's how I waterproof my tents. I hit them both on the outside and the inside using some sort of Scotch Guard type product. In the comment section below, why don't you guys go ahead and tell me what you guys use to waterproof your tents. I'd love to hear any suggestions. Until next time, this is Charles.
This is John.
Catch you later.